Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Welcome, welcome. How are you all? Lovely to see you all. We've had absolute scorcher of a weekend here in sunny northeast Scotland. And it's a little bit more overcast today, a little bit grey. We had the Har, which is the sea mist, out yesterday as well. So it's a bit cooler, which is quite nice. How are you all doing? We're not very good with extremes of weather here in the UK, so we can't handle it for too long. Let's see if we've got some hellos in the chat. Good morning, Rebecca in New York. Welcome. Good morning, Susie. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Uni from Norway, and Patricia's in London. We've got Regis in Switzerland and Carla in Lisbon, Portugal. Diana in Bavaria in Germany. Beautiful. Hi, Marianne. Marianne's in Bedfordshire. Steve sending love, light, and peace to everyone from Sussex. Janet's in Dorset. Lizzie's in Portsmouth. We've got lots of UK, but we've also got Jenny in a cold Melbourne winter's evening in Australia. So you see, we're such a global community. You've got Paz saying bonjour from France. Maggie's in Chester. Diana's in Margaret River, Australia. Lena in Stockholm, Sweden. Beautiful. I'm sure I've said this to you before, but I had a beautiful holiday in the Margaret River in Western Australia with a friend that lives in Perth, and we drove all the way down the west coast. It's really lovely there. So welcome, welcome. Let me know if you're new as well to these meditations. Um, so my name's Dominique, and I'm a member of the spiritual community Findhorn here in northeast Scotland. We're one of the longest standing spiritual communities, I think, in the world, developed in the late 1950s, early 1960s, when the original founders, Eileen Caddy, whose book I'm reading from today, her partner Peter Caddy and their friend Dorothy McLean landed in this area. And at first, this area was not the beautiful little tourist secret haven it is these days. It was a lot of gorse land and sand dunes and not much else. And they lived together in this tiny little pale blue caravan, which, if you come to visit, the community is open to all. You're welcome to visit and wander around and stay if you can find an accommodation here. Um, You'll see it is still here, the little pale blue caravan, I guess, as it's part of our origin story. They were all really staunch spiritual practitioners, and they'd been developing, cultivating a really strong spiritual practice for many years already. And they were drawn by what Eileen started to call the still small voice within to this particular area. And I think it is very sacred here. The land is very sacred, in spite of the community that arose from it. And Eileen had this very strong meditation practice that she called inner listening, where she would sit in silence, like so many of the mystics across spiritual traditions. Sitting in silence is one of the core practices that we have here, because that way, as all of the mystics tell us, is the way we start to pass out the voice of the ego, the voice of the personality, the thoughts, from the voice of the soul, voice of the heart. And she wrote down the guidance that she received, and they also followed it to the letter, which is how this incredible community came into being. And she luckily was a prolific writer and published many books, and a lot of her guidance was put into this little book here, Opening Doors Within, with little chunks of wisdom for each day of the year. So I'm going to read you that, and then we'll sit and practice inner listening. We'll just see if we have anyone else telling me they're new. Let's see. Let me know. Let me know. Sarah's saying, I love the heat. River swimming and ocean swimming is essential. Yes. Well, luckily, what a blessing we can do both those things up here. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable sitting position. And place your palms facing upwards on the lap. Spine nice and straight, neck nice and long, chin parallel to the floor. You can place the back of your right hand in the palm of your left hand, touch the thumb tips together if you'd like. Roll the shoulders back. If you're somewhere safe to do so, close your eyes. Let's take a moment together to arrive into the space. And taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose, letting any tension, contraction in the neck, shoulders unwind, unravel. Another deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose, letting all the muscles, all the tension, any anxiety in the head just unravel and unwind. One more deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly first. Slight pause at the top of the breath and then breathing out in a long, cool stream of air through the nose. Then at the bottom of the breath, just letting your breathing cycles soften and lengthen naturally now, in and out through the nose. Becoming aware of the breath in the body. Breathing in this new, clean energy, fresh oxygen. Breathing out the old. I like to add in a short pause after inhalation and exhalation. And just no more than a couple of seconds at the top of the breath. Exhale through the nose. A slight pause at the bottom of the breath. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause, inhalation, pause, and exhalation, pause. Keeping this going in your own time, obviously not if it creates any kind of anxiety or breathlessness. It shouldn't be more than a couple of seconds. It's just feeling into that pause, that peaceful presence, that space. Space between worlds, space between the breath, space between thoughts. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, and exhale, pause. And let's consecrate this meditation. Let's offer up all of the fruits that we receive now and for all those that watch the replay to God, to the divine, to the spiritual heart, asking that all we receive be not just for our benefit, but for the benefit of all beings across the cosmos. And from this place of deep relaxation, deep receptivity, just invite you to stay, eyes gently closed, and listen to the guidance for today, for July the 14th. Everything has to grow and expand. You would not want to remain a child all of your life, having to be fed and dressed and have everything done for you. If you watch a child, you will see how it wants to change and how it wants to try new things. All the time, it is experimenting and learning, growing and expanding. This is the natural process of growing up, of changing. A child does not have to struggle to do it. It comes quite naturally. So with the unfolding of the new age, which is right here with you now, you need not fight and struggle to move into it. You need not fear the unknown. You need not be concerned with the speed of the changes and expansion all around you. Look forward with real joy and expectancy to what is waiting to unfold. Nothing is too great. Nothing is too wonderful. Nothing is impossible. See my wonders unfold in true perfection and give eternal thanks. So allowing these words to carry us deeper and deeper into the silence. everything has to grow and expand. You would not want to remain a child all of your life, having to be fed and dressed and have everything done for you. If you watch a child, you will see how it wants to change and how it wants to try new things. All the time it is experimenting and learning, growing and expanding. This is the natural process of growing up, of changing. A child does not have to struggle to do it. It comes quite naturally. So with the unfolding of the new age, which is right here with you now, you need not fight and struggle to move into it. You need not fear the unknown. You need not be concerned with the speed of the changes and expansion all around you. Look forward with real joy and expectancy to what is waiting to unfold. Nothing is too great. Nothing is too wonderful. Nothing is impossible. See my wonders unfold in true perfection and give eternal thanks. So gently becoming aware of the room around you and present behind the eyes, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Start to take a deeper breath in through the nose, connecting the breath to the body once more. And let's send some gratitude out to each other for sharing this space today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really feeling what thank you feels like in the body as we breathe into it, breathing into appreciation. Thank you, thank you, thank you to ourselves for coming to practice today. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Eileen and all of the other mystics across spiritual traditions who have done so much to pass on this wisdom of truth. That is love. And then gently in your own time, slowly releasing the meditative space and opening your eyes. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming to share with me. What a wonderful reading. I know I say this every time. I'm sure regulars are used to me saying these things. It's my favorite reading, but I love that analogy of the child. It's not effortful when we're children, growing and stretching and getting bigger shoes and bigger clothes and trying new things. It's completely natural. And yet, if you're anything like me, you may have faced some internal resistance to your spiritual path, shall we say, at times along the road. It can feel a bit rocky. And change can feel so frightening, can't it, to our nervous system that's always looking for safety. But that reminder that we can be like little children, as the quote from the Bible says, and embrace it as something natural, not something to be frightened of, I think is a very good message. All right, let's see who else we've got here. Tan saying good morning from Germany, and Petra in Switzerland. Oh, Tan is saying I'm a bit sad, but getting there. Well, we're sending you all our love here from Findhorn, and I hope the meditation helped. Hi, Mara from Galway. Yes, Melbourne is cold, I'm sensing, Sandra. At the moment, you're in winter time, and so is Adelaide as well, says Maureen. Hi, Titi from Japan. Ilsa from Lisa, is it from Friesland, Netherlands? Ian saying, thank you for the beautiful silence. You're so welcome. Yes, you're so welcome, everyone. Josephine sending blessings to all. Yeah. Wishing everyone a lovely day. Yeah. Yeah. Blessings for all of us. And thank you to Rudolph as well. We send love to him as well for helping make this possible, without his technical skills, it wouldn't happen. I can tell you that now. If it was relying on me, it wouldn't happen. All right, everyone, sending you lots of love and joy for the rest of this week. Take care, everyone, with blessings from the heart.